Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Miss Ashanti Monet, and I wanted to do a new mom vlog, specifically for my new moms and specifically for me because I did not vlog throughout my whole entire pregnancy. Like, I have videos of literally me like doing a vlog and then just deciding that I didn't want to post it. So I've decided this time that I kind of wanted to create a new mom vlog and just pretty much me just speaking about what my experiences have been since I've become a new mom. Okay. So far I'm 2 weeks postpartum. I had her on February 11 at 12:06 in the afternoon. So my last couple of weeks when I was like about to give birth, like I was so miserable. Like I was like really miserable. Like it was just so uncomfortable. I feel like once you get to like about 34 weeks, things just start to feel really uncomfortable. Like you're uncomfortable, they're uncomfortable, and like I was just really uncomfortable. And like I think at about 36 weeks I started, like once they told me that I was like full term and like she could be born any day now, I started like Googling any and everything to try to induce labor. Like I was like, she needs to get out of me, like I need this to happen. So what I did was just the pineapples, and I also used the yoga ball. My grandmother had like this really huge green yoga ball that like I stayed with her for the last couple of weeks, which was like the dumbest thing ever because my hospital was actually closer to my apartment than it was to her apartment. But we'll get all into that a little bit later. So no, like I wasn't doing, like I just know I was just doing like the basic stuff, and I walked a lot throughout my pregnancy because I worked. So I walked a lot. I made sure to walk a lot. So definitely one of the main things you could do as a new mom or a mom who's like ready to go in is like walk. Walking is your best friend. Even if you have a car, just walk. Like just take that extra walk to the store. I took the train a lot because I live in New York City, so I took the train and I would walk to the train and I would walk home. Like 3-4 months into my pregnancy, I was like walking 40 blocks. Like I was like doing it. Okay, so in regards to my labor and delivery story, I'm gonna tell you exactly how that went. My mom was like really nervous because, like I said, I live alone. My mom lives out of state, like not far, but obviously not in New York City. And then my grandmother doesn't live too far, like doesn't live too close, but she doesn't live too far from me either. So everyone was really nervous about like how I was gonna be able, like how I was gonna handle like whether my water broke and things like that. So my mom was like, no, you have to go stay with your grandmother, which was like the dumbest thing because my grandmother lives 30 minutes away from me. My hospital is 2 minutes away from me. So it really didn't make sense for me to go stay with my grandmother, but I was like kind of nervous, so I was like, maybe I should. Okay, so if you're a new mom, you have like this watery discharge, and I was like getting really nervous because I thought it was my water breaking. Totally not your water breaking. So that the weekend before I actually gave birth, I spent the night. I went to my grandmother's house. My grandmother came and picked me up. Well, rather, I went and picked her up, and I went to her house. Now, I live downtown Brooklyn. My grandmother lives in the Canarsie area, which are like so far from each other. It makes no sense. So I stayed with my grandmother, and in the midst of me staying with my grandmother, I was like on the bouncy ball, like. And I noticed that like in the weekend that I stayed with her, I could not sleep whatsoever. But it was also when I was home too, but like I could not sleep. And I was like researching every day, like what did that mean? Like literally I would fall asleep for like 2 hours, and then I'll be up from like 2 to like 6, and then I couldn't nap because I would hear myself snoring, and I'm not a snorer, so that irritated the hell out of me. Like I really did not like taking naps. Now also I was also having like this pain in my vajayjay, which is called lightning, and it literally feels like a thunderbolt is in your coochie. Like it literally feels like a thunderbolt was in your coochie. Now everybody that I've known, like all of my cousins who's given birth to babies, who's had babies, all have had C-sections. So I was really nervous because I really didn't, like my mom and stuff, but she hasn't had, you know, a kid in a while, so she really didn't know. My grandmother, like, they don't remember anything. So I would say, like, I was like asking everybody, like, you know, what do you feel? And everybody's like, Like, yeah, I guess. Like, nobody really, like, I don't know. And I felt like I researched a whole lot. Like, I had apps like What to Expect, Pregnancy Plus, the Baby Center. Like, I had all of the apps possible because I was like, I need to know when this baby is coming. Because I didn't have time for this shit. Like, in the very last couple of weeks, my hands and the very last couple of days, my hands and my feet got really swollen. And it scared me because, you know, when your hands and your feet get swollen, it is a sign of preeclampsia. By the grace of God, I did not have preeclampsia, but it's just things that you kind of want to look out for just in case. So yeah, my hands got really swollen, my feet got really swollen, and it made me feel really discouraged. Like, it kind of made me really sad because I'm naturally a skinny girl. Like, I'm fucking 150 pounds wet most of the time. Like, I'm never anything bigger than that. So for my body was going through so many changes, and like I wasn't accustomed to it, so it really didn't make me, I wasn't self-conscious, but it really didn't make me feel like happy. But anyway, so let's fast forward to like the actual night. So this specific night, it was the Monday. I gave birth on the Tuesday, but it was the Monday, and I remember I was having these pains like in my stomach, but everyone kept telling me that, oh, you know, you'll know when it's time because it feels like period cramps. That's how true it is. This shit don't feel like period cramps whatsoever. It does not feel like period cramps. Do not let people lie to you and tell you it feels like period cramps. It does not feel like period cramps. I don't know what the fuck the shit feel like, but it don't feel like period cramps. Like, I honestly have to say period cramps are worse. If you have really bad period cramps are worse. It's a pain, but it's an irritating pain. It's not a pain that's like period cramps. Like, period cramps make you want to fucking boil down. I don't know, but it wasn't period cramps. So I was having this pain in my stomach, and I was having it for a while, and I felt pressure, but I wasn't thinking nothing of it. Bless you, mama. I felt pressure, but I wasn't thinking anything of it. I'm just like, whatever. I'm still doing everything like normal, right? And it was so crazy because my phone fell behind my grandmother, like the bed at my grandmother's house. And I was like trying so hard to get it. It was so hard. And then I have this stomach, and I'm trying to get this phone, and it's like in the smallest place. Like, I was so fucking annoyed trying to get this phone, right? But I'm in so much pain, but I'm not thinking anything of it. So I like text my mom, and I'm like, Ma, I'm in pain, but you know, it's bearable. And she will always say, like, if you feel like you need to get in the tub, then you know you in labor. I didn't feel like I needed to get in the tub, but I just felt like I was in pain. Like, my back was hurting, I was feeling pressure, but it wasn't anything that birth is like. It's like comparing, it's like giving, like, it's like breaking 20 bones at the same time. I've never broken any bones, so I don't know what that feels like, but one thing's for sure, I didn't feel like I had a high tolerance. So I was like, you're having a contraction, and it seems like they're 1 to 2 minutes apart. So we hop in an Uber. Mind you, like I said, my hospital is 30 minutes away. We're in the Uber. My grandmother's like praying over my stomach, like, please, Mozzie, don't come out yet. And I'm like, Ma, she's not coming. Like, she's not coming. She's like, but your contractions are 1 to 2 minutes apart. And I'm like, Ma, this baby is not coming right now. So we get to the hospital. They're like, okay, you know, I'm telling them, I'm like, I think I'm in labor, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, well, how far are your contractions? So I'm like, oh, they're 1 to 2 minutes apart. So they're like, okay, no problem. I lay down, I get undressed, or whatever. We're sitting there. The contractions are, like, not at this point, the contractions aren't coming like how they were before. So they're like, okay, well, we're going to send you back home. But one thing they did was they did a cervical check. And when they did the cervical check, mind you, this was my first cervical check ever. My doctor didn't believe in doing cervical checks just because, one, they cause infections. And if I have to recommend, I would say don't get cervical checks that much because, like I said, it causes infections. And that's not fucking cool. Nobody wants, and then you don't want people up your coochie. And the cervical checks fucking hurt. Let me tell you that. The shit hurts. So they did the cervical check. They were like, oh, you're 2.5 centimeters. I don't even know what the fuck I was doing. Like, that bounty ball, whatever the hell I was doing at my grandmother's house was breaking, right? So they're like, okay, we're gonna send you home because technically you're in labor, you're just not in active labor. So whatever you're doing, continue to do it. Go home, take a nice hot bath. So my grandmother's like, damn, like, I can't go back home. But my grandmother keeps saying, like, you're gonna have this baby by tomorrow. Like, if not by the morning, you're gonna have this baby by tomorrow. And I'm like, you think so? Whatever. So my mom is in the other line, like, bitches be 2.5 centimeters for 2 weeks. You never know. So I'm like, Bitch, you're not giving fucking positive vibes. Nobody got time for your shit. Me and my grandmother, we walked to Rite Aid because I was telling her, I was like, Ma, I don't think I have anything like good to eat at my house. Like, I was like not really buying everything because I knew I wouldn't be here. So we go to Rite Aid and we're walking around and I'm having contractions while we're walking around, and I'm just taking them like a champ. So I guess I do have a high tolerance for pain. I guess. I don't think so, but maybe I do. So I'm just walking around taking them to my mom. I'm on the phone with my mom, and my mom was like, do you feel like you need to get in the tub? And I was like, yes. Like, I feel like I want to just sit in the tub. Like, the first thing I do is I get in the tub. Like, I just get some hot water and get in the tub. Let me tell you what I did. So my grandmother had this lavender like essential oil, and I don't know what told me to do this, but I put the lavender essential oil in the tub with me. Like, I put it in, and I feel like that also boosted my contractions as well. So when I was having bearable contractions at that point, after I got out the tub, I was like, all right, the contractions are okay. I feel like I could sleep through them. And then I got out the tub. I went to lay in my bed, right in this bed right here. My baby right here. We experienced it all, okay? I laid in the bed. I probably got maybe 30 minutes of sleep, and then the contractions was coming, like, and I was like, oh my God. Like, that's when I knew, like, oh shit, like, I'm in labor. This shit hurts. It hurts, but once again, it is not period cramps. Do not let these heifers tell you that it's period cramps, because it is not. It is not period cramps. That is not what it feels like. It feels like a really irritating pain in your pelvic, but it's not period cramps. I don't think it's period cramps. That's not what it feels like. So I'm taking them, like, I remember, because this we got home like around 12. Like, we got to my house around 12. I woke back up at 2:30 and was in the shower again because the pain was so excruciating. But I was taking them, like, I was just like, so I literally got, the one thing that I felt that felt so good was I was in the tub, but I had the shower running on my back. That felt really good, but it's a weird, like, you're on all fours, and you're like, if you got bad knees, like my black ass, because I got bad ass knees, that shit hurts, because you're on your knees. It hurts, but it feels good at the same time, but your body is tense. So also too, when you're having contractions, you will shake. Like, you will shake. I was shaking. Like, I was like my body was really shaking. Like, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this was happening. I was in the tub for another probably like 30 minutes, and then I got out. I got back out, and I tried to lay down in the I laid down in the bed again. Now, I laid down in the bed again, but I did not go to sleep. I was in so much pain. Like, I was in so much pain, like, for real, in real life pain. Like, I was in pain. But I was like sticking it out. So when I got out the tub, it was 3 o'clock. I kept on saying to myself, I said, okay, you know, if it's still going by 4 o'clock, I'm gonna go to the hospital. And every time it got to that hour, I pushed it another hour. It wasn't until 6 o'clock I was like, oh hell no, I can't do this. So I woke my grandmother up, because I really, like, the main reason why I was really pushing it was because my grandmother was here. I didn't want to keep on waking her up, and then we go to the hospital, and then they say, oh no, you gotta go home. I woke her up, and I was like, Ma, I have to go back to the hospital. Like, this pain is too bad. So she was like, all right, no problem. We called the ambulance. The ambulance came. We get to the hospital. Now, the same people that was there when I went there that night was the same people that was there this morning. So I'm laying in the bed, and now, like, I'm having a contraction. They're like, probably at that point, okay, so what I do remember was that I was having contractions 5 minutes apart. Like, I would have a really, really big one at 5 minutes, and then I would have 2 small ones 1 minute apart a piece. So that's one thing I do remember. I would have a big one 5 minutes, and then after the 5 minutes, I would have 2 small ones, but 1 minute apart. Like, the big one was the one that hurt the most, but the 2 small ones was like bearable. Like, I could deal with the 2 small ones. So once we got to the hospital, nobody seen me right away. I wasn't seen right away. Like, I was in the room, I was in the bed, but they didn't come in and check and see. I guess because I was there just that night. And I'm sitting there, I'm having contractions, and I'm just like regular, like, I'm just like taking them, whatever. And I'm thinking to myself, like, is she, like, I'm saying to myself, like, I hope that they keep me, but in the same breath, I'm saying no, like, I don't hope that they keep me, but I also said to my grandmother, like, yo, if this is not fucking labor, I don't know what the fuck is, because this shit hurt. Like, this shit hurt. Like, if this is not labor, I don't know what it is.